Welcome to a new episode on the Beyond Haunted UK podcast. I'm Jamie, and tonight we return to England, to a chilling case that shook a London suburb, the Enfield Poltergeist. For nearly 2 years, a council house at 284 Green Street became ground zero for strange noises, flying furniture, and voices from the walls. This story begins in August 1977. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother of 4, lived with her children in Brimsdown, Enfield. Her 2 daughters, Janet, who was 11, and Margaret, 13, would soon find themselves at the centre of one of Britain's most famous hauntings. It started quietly, and Janet told her mum her bed was moving. She felt pressure as if someone was sitting beside her. And then came the knocking, slow and heavy, and appeared to come from inside the walls. Over the next months, the activity grew. Furniture moved on its own, the beds shook, toys and marbles flew across rooms as if thrown by unseen hands. Neighbours, journalists, and even police officers claimed to witness strange happenings. A deep male voice, calling itself Bill, seemed to speak through Janet. At times, she even appeared to levitate, her body lifting from the bed, as others watched in disbelief. The story spread quickly, and newspapers soon began to call it Britain's most terrifying haunting. And soon, the house on Green Street was flooded with investigators. The Society for Psychical Research sent 2 researchers, Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair. They spent months at the house documenting sounds, photographs, and witness accounts. They believed much of what they saw was genuine, though they also admitted some events might have even been exaggerated. Skeptics weren't convinced. Investigators like Anita Gregory and John Beloff argued the girls were staging events for attention. A hidden camera reportedly caught Janet bending spoons and throwing objects when she thought no one was watching. Even decades later, the case still divides opinion. In 2015, psychologist Chris French listed several reasons why the case may have been a hoax, pointing to inconsistencies and even teenage mischief. And of course, there's Hollywood. The Warrens, made famous by The Conjuring 2, visited Enfield only briefly. Playfair later said they arrived uninvited and had little involvement. By 1979, the activity faded. Some say a priest's blessing brought peace. Others think the family simply grew used to it, or that even media pressure finally ended it. Years later, Janet did admit that a few incidents were faked. Maybe 2%, she said, but insisted the rest were real. Even now, she stands by her belief that something beyond understanding haunted that house. The property at 284 Green Street still stands today. Different families have lived there since, and most report nothing unusual, though locals say the air around it still feels heavy. The property at 284 Green Street still stands today. Different families have lived there since, and most report nothing unusual, though locals say the air around it still feels heavy. For me, the Enfield case sits right at the edge between truth and theatre. When so many eyes and cameras are focused on one house, can the investigation stay truly objective? Did the fame help uncover the truth, or turn it into a story shaped by expectation? And even if a small part was real, what does that say about the nature of fear itself? Do we create it, or does it find us? If you enjoyed this episode, follow Beyond Haunted UK for new stories each week. Next time, we'll cross the Atlantic to explore a house stained with both blood and legend, known as the Lizzie Borden House. Thank you for listening, and as always, keep the lights on.